Okay, good evening once more. And in this particular session, this is part of the things we couldn't cover in the last class. So we're going to be looking at creating custom columns. You know, at times in the course of data transformation, you want to add an extra column, which you think is necessary for the table, but we've not covered that. So in this, we are going to be looking at how to add custom columns to give our table a better shape. Okay. I have attached the document I'm going to use on the WhatsApp group. So if you look at there, you see the table I'm going to be working on. It's going to be a very brief session. So I just want to finish this and we'll close this, and so we can start a fresh topic. I don't want to mix up this with visualization. I want everything in data transformation and data cleaning and transformation to finish. Then we move to data visualization. Okay, I'll have to start sharing my screen. And before we start this, before we go to Power BI, let me talk about it in our notes so that um, when I'm using Power, when I'm demonstrating in Power BI, you can see where I'm coming from. Just like I've already said, you can create custom column, a column that didn't exist before is part of transformation. So you want to transform the table to be better before you start, using chart, line, this visualization to, make it look, tell a story about the data or the table. So column allows you to create a new custom column. That's what we call it, custom column. It allows you to create new column based on calculated values or existing data. So looking at example here, or if you want to do that, just like if you go to Power Query Editor, you click on Add Column and you see Custom Column, and then you create the name or put the name of the column you want to create and add a formula that will help you to, create the values within the column you are going to create, and click OK. If you want to create additional column in this table, you see this table just ended on region, and we want to create additional column, which we might call categorizing category column, trying to categorize cells based on high and low. We can use custom column to do that. All we need to do is we put this formula just like what we did during using Excel. So use this formula to format this and then create a column. So after creating a column, this is how the table looks like without a column. And after creating a column, a new column, using this process, step-by-step process, we are going to get something like this, where we now have column. So, and based on our syntax, we can see when the cells is above certain amount, it's going to be categorized as high. So in our syntax, so when is above 5,000 is high, otherwise low. Meaning that when it's above 5,000 in the table we create, the cells is going to be high. If it's below 5,000, low. So, and this is how we come about this additional column called sales category. So we can achieve that as well in Power BI. So now I've talked you through this. Let's do the demonstration. So have you downloaded the data set I sent across? How many of you have done that?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
We have.
Okay, that's very good. I will equally add the syntax which I'm going to use on the so I've equally added the syntax, and one more thing, I'm going to add the enter new column name. The column name is going to be sales category, which so the new column name is going to be sales category, and yeah, so let's get started. We go to get data or from, because it's already on the Excel workbook, I'll click on the Excel workbook to get the data from here. And I'll select the sales data set without custom column, and I'll open. And I'll load. So instead of loading directly, just like if you want, you can load and from there, but I will not load. I'll just go directly to transform data. I'll click on transform data, which is going to open up a Power Query editor. If you look at the Power Query editor, you will see tabs or panes. You see Home tab, you see Transform tab, you see Add Column tab, you see View tab. So we are going to click on Add Column because we want to add a custom column. We want to add additional column that did not exist before in this table as part of our transformation process. So we click on Add. So when you see Add Column, you see different options. You see column from example. We don't have any example here. So I will see custom column. You see invoke column function. We are going to add custom column. And you see custom column in the middle. Out of all the column examples available, click on it. It will open up a dialog box. The dialog box will be written custom column. And in the dialog box, you see the first box or first area for input, for data input. That is where you add the name of the column. Like I said, we're going to call it a category, sales category. That is what we're going to call it, sales category, so that all of us will be on the same page.
I'm so sorry, sir, for butting in, but I think I'm lost here because I went to load immediately without going transforming. But now I just deleted that one I put. Then you come, you say transform, click transform before you load. Initially before we used to load directly without clicking on transform data. That is from the
even if you have loaded it, you can just go to transform and get it from there.
Okay, so from transform now, after loading, where do I go to now? Sorry for pulling you backwards. So sorry.
Okay.
I'm on the transform page now. I'm on the Power Editor, Power Query Editor, sir.
If you click on transform, you should be able to see the data. The data when you click on transform, have you been able to open the Power Query Editor?
Yes, I've opened the Power Query Editor, sir.
So have you been able to select the table that you loaded on the Power Query Editor?
Yeah, I've seen the table. The table is here.
Okay, good. Then you don't have problem. Then in the Power Query Editor, you will see Add Column.
Okay, I see Add Column at the top.
You see Home tab, then you see Transform tab, and then you see Add
column. I'm here now. I'm at Add Column, yes.
So when you click Add Column, you will see from the left-hand side, you will see Add from example, Add. The other one is Custom Column. The other one is Invoke Custom Column function. Just click on Custom Column. You know.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
Yes. So you brought a dialog box.
Yes, the dialog box is called Custom Column. Yeah. So you see new column name. And that is where we are before you request.
Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you, sir.
So no worries. So once you, in the new name, just type sales category. And in that sales category, you see custom column formula. So that column formula is what is going to tell us what that column should be able to display. And that is the syntax I've posted, on the WhatsApp tab. Is a syntax or is a formula, which the kind of formulas we've seen before when we're working on Excel documents. So it's called if sales amount is greater than 5,000, then high means that classify it as high, else low, and we click OK, meaning that any sales that is above 5,000 is a high sales. If it is below 5,000, it is low sales. And in the dialog box, you see, just add the formula there. And once you add a formula and click OK, we should be able to have a custom column. So the Power Editor will automatically create a custom column for you. Yeah. And if you look at it, it will now start showing you high, 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 low, high, showing that any of the cells, now the cells now can be categorized based on high volume and low volume based on the amount. So, and that is how to further transform your table or data set to give it a new meaning. So you can use that custom column. You can add different types of custom columns. But in the course of data transformation, this is how to add custom column. So when we start data visualization, then when we pick a table we're not going to stop at that. What we'll do is that we'll transform the data and load and start immediately visualizing the data at that point. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then we might be able to capture more environments where we'll have more custom columns. But for the purpose of this is for us to start the process of, transforming a data set and using custom column to further transform our data sets. So, like I said, is going to be a short one. So from tomorrow, what we're going to be doing is we're going to load, transform, and visualize. So have to capture the full process. So that is that's it. I don't think any of us, if you are still struggling to get to where we are, then still let us know, see how we can assist you. And the issue of sharing, you can see we can't. So many of us cannot see the extra layer, which I've think I'll find out the. So what's going forward? I will be using the entire screen to share. Using the entire screen, I think with that we should be able to see the whole environment. Should be able to capture the whole environment in a DEX application. So I have to troubleshoot that because I know there should be a way to get to show everything we are doing. So maybe by tomorrow we start and we should be able to see everything we are doing by sharing the entire screen, not sharing a window or sharing a tab. When you are sharing, there is different types of sharing available, and that will determine what you see. So, but if you are sharing a tab, it kind of, for security purposes, that's why it's classified. Sharing a tab is help you to preserve or protect your other information. If you are still sharing with Windows, still the level of access you want the third party to see. And if you are sharing the whole screen, it means you must be very careful about the information you have available on there, because everything on their system or their is now going to be shared to the third party. They can see everything you are doing. So just to share more about what I've gathered on the sharing, which I've limited us a while ago. So I hope we've been able to add custom columns.
Yes, from our side, sir.
Okay. So So, well, if we are comfortable with that, that's good. This is what I have for us for tonight. Like I said, it's a short one. And tomorrow we have to start another longer process, because this time is going to be, like I said, we access the data, import the data set, we clean the data set, then we visualize the data set. But you have to start from the basics introduction to understand more about visualization. So it's going to be introduction to data visualization in Power BI. So that is the topic for tomorrow. And yeah, so we must have done a lot of visualization before we go on Christmas holiday. And then at this point, let's talk about Christmas holiday. And today is 9th. I have to look at my calendar to see. Next Monday is 16th. So surely we're having a class on next Monday. That is our practical data visualization. We start on Monday 16th, and we explore further on 17th. I'm sure we won't be able to finish everything we planned for data visualization in just 3 classes. So we have to then, after 17th, we are not meeting again. That's when our vacation will start. There's normal class as well, normal practice for you guys. We could maybe to practice 18th, 19th, 20, and then on Monday is going to be 23rd. We are not coming back. We have to prepare for holiday for the first. So a lot of people maybe might be traveling or whatever. 23rd is normally busy. 23rd, 24th is going to be busy. And we're not coming back till on 30th, 31st, we are preparing for New Year. So we are not still coming back. So our coming back is going to be on 6th. So that is what I want us to talk about as well this night, to make sure that everybody is comfortable and knows our arrangements, so that we don't come and join. So that is what we have. We are going off after 17th. We'll come back on 6th to finish what we've started. So, do you have anything to add to that?
Thank you for your consideration, sir. We are happy.
Okay. All right. Mr. Godwin, our team lead.
Good evening, sir.
I hope you heard what I said.
Yes, I've heard this, sir.
So
we'll be going off on 17th, though we have 18, 19 to practice. Then we'll be coming back on 6th of next year by God's grace.
Yes. And I hope the team is getting more matured in this career path. I believe what we've done already can help you get a job as a data analyst. maybe like junior data analyst, but it can help you get a job as a data analyst. What we've done, we've captured something valuable already that you should be proud of. And yeah, so when
Yes.
we are
Yes. Sorry to cut you. Yes, sir. But the thing is this. Data analysis is all about practicing, running, checking for projects online, and trying to work towards it. But if by what we've thought, I say, look, let us just sit by it and not practicing or thereabout, by the time someone now get a job to run a project will not be very difficult. So my advice to others is for us to just get a data set online and work towards it.
Yeah, I'm coming to that, but I'm just making sure that we have. So once we are where I want us to be, we'll be taking a lot of demo projects online and things doing practice. That's the next step. But we're coming to that. The main thing is to make sure that we have everything we have. We can't just jump into practicing without having the necessary tools. All these step by step, these are tools I'm giving to you. So if you know that you have been playing around with all these step by step and stay, it's very, very necessary, because these are the tools whereby whenever you get a data set, you apply the same its application. And once you apply it, you get to know it. And by then, we have to build a library of more relevant syntax. All these syntax are the same thing. You apply it, it give you what you want. So we need to build more libraries for us. And even in web development, you see all these developers, you think they are mini or small god. They don't go there. They have libraries of code.
Yes, sir. Even
They
now,
yeah.
even now, to the extent of having a mouse pad, there's a mouse pad for all those libraries now.
Yes. So these are the things we need to, but the main thing is that even with tools like ChatGPT, all these artificial intelligence, but you need to learn to know it before you start applying all those things. That's why I'm not referring anybody to go and use it, because if you do not know it and start using it, it's going to limit you so much that any little thing you start struggling. But try to get this knowledge. When you start applying all this other technology to build your library, it is going to become so easy for you. So, but the good news is that where we are, we can be called data analysts, but you need to practice more, in order to perfect all these skills we are doing. And having a group, this group is very perfect. You are not too big and you are not too small. You are just a perfect group. So everybody here should be each other's accountability partner in this career path. Don't try to run the race alone, because you are going to be burnt out. I want the best out of this your class, because I've had so many experience. Try to stick with your team. Even if you know more than them, still stick with them, because knowing it is not enough. You need encouragement from them in order to, this encouragement, you might not think, but the little things you can trip. So, a person that doesn't know might have the connection. So you see, some people might know, but they don't have the connection. You start limiting them. Some people do not know much, but they have the connection. So when you match everything, everything becomes a perfect combination. So that's it. Data analysis is one of the hottest globally today. You can't do anything without talking about data. is global, is so fundamental that it's not a skill set we get and we'll start playing around with it. So, all right. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.